Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 32 of Risky Radio. First and foremost, he never played World of Warcraft, which means the best episode of South Park, Make Love Not Warcraft, is significantly less funny for him. He is Zach, aka Risky the Kid.
Hello everybody.
Next, he would make the world's worst restaurant waiter because he's incapable of making snap decisions between food items. He's Waterloo.
Yay! It's me. Actually, I could make snap decisions. I would just choose them both.
Well,
snap.
You, sir. I think you should have both.
I don't think that's a decision, more as just a flake.
It's not a flake.
That's what your intro looks like, just so you know. Whoa.
Yikes. Lastly, the only way I'll buy a Nintendo Switch is if it's for sale on the League of Legends title screen. I'm your host, Ben, aka Shopa. Hello.
We did it.
We should have had someone else read that one.
Another week, another podcast.
Kind of sounded weird just coming from himself.
Yeah, I tried to do the best I could with it.
Yeah, no, you did a good job.
So this week, those intros were brought to you by a friend of the show, Ladonian.
Thanks, Donnie.
I dig them. They're fun.
Our own producer.
Hey. But with that, how was your guys' week? What did you play?
Let's start with Zach this time. That's all right. I took that from you.
Who wrote in my hours of play?
I did.
Pretty accurate.
You're welcome. Yeah, this week was great, and I played a whole bunch of games.
Okay,
wow. That sounds like me.
It's a Lewis intro if I've ever heard one. So I dipped into The Last of Us for a little bit this week, which is something you said you were going to do, Lewis.
Yeah, I got tied up with a lot of other
because
things.
You didn't, I figured I would.
Nice.
The game's just as good as I remember the little bit I played of it.
Yeah, it is very good. It's a fun game.
It's when I left off, I had just met I don't know if it's like the resistance leader of the Fireflies. Did you play any of this game?
Me? Yeah.
Before I'm talking about
shit?
Yeah. So you met her?
Yeah.
That lady?
Yep.
So I met Ellie. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't know how far you are.
I'm probably a lot farther than you think.
Okay. So
if I start hearing something, I'll yell at you.
I mean, at this point, it's just Ellie and Joel, which I feel like that's still pretty early on.
Yeah.
Okay. That game's a lot of fun. I'm playing it on the easiest mode, obviously, so I can burn through it.
Gotcha.
I played like 2 or 3 hours Saturday morning. So I think if I just do that the next like 3 Saturdays,
you'll have it beat.
I'll have it beat.
Yeah.
All I have to do is get it beat by the time The Last of Us 2 comes out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair. And I know we also have the DLC since we game share on PS4.
Yeah,
we do have the Last of Us DLC.
Ooh.
So we can do that. I played more Assassin's Creed Origins, a good amount of that. I got to do. How far are you in that? I feel like I can't talk about.
You're
shit.
a lot farther than me in that. Talk about a little bit of it. I mean, I've seen a lot of. You've already told me one spoiler that I get.
Where you play as Aya.
Yeah.
Okay. Which you knew was coming because they talked about it.
Yeah.
You were trying to when you're like outside of the Animus, you were trying to play or. Not play as, but go into the Animus as Aya.
Yeah, because you find her another coffin.
Some of her DNA. Yeah. Well, eventually that happens, and you get to play as her.
I kind of figured out.
And the big thing when you come in there is it's ship combat, which I feel like it's not really a spoiler. It reminds me of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Combat is pretty much the same, but seeing that on the 1X... man, that ship combat, seeing the water and the waves, and like... I think there was a volcano because you were near Pompeii. So you see like the volcano and all the smoke and the sun off in the distance, and it was great.
Fun fact, when you're near the equator with the centrifugal force, you actually weigh less. So Ben, move down there. You'll be You'll be light.
Jesus, that was a jab.
What?
Can weigh like half an ounce.
Ounces?
Yeah, maybe a few. Pound, maybe 2 pounds.
There's no fucking way.
I feel like that's definitely like he's true in the fact that the centripetal force is less at the equator, but the fact that it makes you weigh less is probably not true.
No, it is true because Neil deGrasse, the dude that does the
space
documentaries, he said that, and if he's saying it, it's true.
He's probably telling you, yes, you weigh less at the equator. If it's by 0.0002 pounds, yes, you technically weigh less.
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have said that if it was that insignificant.
Well, you remembered it, didn't you, Lewis?
What are you trying
No matter
to say?
how significant it may be, you have no idea what the significance of the weight loss is if you move to the equator.
It's enough that he thinks it's notable to inform people.
Because people like you just remember it because you think it's funny, even if it's 0.0002
Okay, are you ready?
pounds.
I got it for you. 5.5 less ounces if currently you were at the North Pole.
Oh, that was really loud. Sorry.
5.5 ounces.
And that's if you were at the North Pole, which we are not near the North Pole.
Not even close.
No.
So if anything, it'd be a difference of maybe
like
2 ounces.
An ounce or two.
Okay, so that's still an ounce or two. Still way less.
Yeah, you're right. An ounce or two and 300 pounds really gives me the edge.
It could. You never know.
No wonder all those Floridians are so much better at sports than us.
So it says 100 pounds at the North Pole would make you 99.65 pounds.
Nice.
So there you go. If you want to shed some pounds and
move, shed some ounces.
Shed some fucking ounces. God, Jesus, criminals.
Wait. Nope, not even going to bring that up.
Nope, I wouldn't. I don't even know what it is. But
it was going to be a food thing. Like if I buy a pound of food up here, an ounce of food up here, and I go to the equator.
You definitely didn't start thinking about that with food.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I don't want to say what I thought about though.
We know exactly what you were thinking about.
But I don't have less of it, but it's gonna weigh less. So
don't sell your weed at the equator, Lewis.
Buy it at the equator and then sell it somewhere else. That's how you become a businessman.
Yeah, those ounces.
Actually, it does with that. Ounces really help.
Yeah. Okay, Lou. Did you?
Was also the other game I've been playing some. I don't even know if you could hear that.
I was wondering where that was going.
Yeah, so was I.
That South Park Phone Destroyer game came out that we talked about last podcast.
We mentioned, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was coming out that week.
Mm-hmm.
So it came out. I'm already done playing it.
I am not. I'm still playing it here and there.
Okay. It's very generic.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely.
It's Clash Royale or that
Star Wars
game.
Force Arena.
Yeah, but that even was...
Well, that way you had 2 towers, and this is a little bit different, I guess. You have 1 tower, and you have 2 boxes you're standing on, too.
You could actually guide your characters in Force Arena. I feel like if there was any of these I would have stuck with, it probably would have been Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite license with probably the best gameplay out of any of those type of games.
Mm-hmm.
There is a 16-ounce clan if people are interested in it. If you just type in 16OZ into the clans, you'll be able to find that. That's where I am. I haven't uninstalled the game yet. I don't know if it's going to take... Yeah, it's probably... I don't know. Probably just time, to be honest. I'm
still having fun with it. I like the PvE a lot better than the PvP.
Yeah, and what sucks is when you're playing the PvE, it's... You run into like a roadblock where it makes you have to win X amount of
dong
PvP.
butters or something you run into.
Oh,
yeah, dong butters. I'm just copying the game.
It's definitely not a record, but I think it's 9 minutes. 9 minutes took to get racist.
That's not bad.
It's not getting racist. I'm just doing an imitation.
Sounds pretty racist.
Can we get a poll out there if my imitations of other voices are racist? And vote now.
Yeah, in the comments. Vote yes or no if you think Lewis is racist.
I'm not racist.
Definitely racist.
We're all a little racist.
Okay. No, that's not true at all. But, so yeah, Phone Destroyer is out. It's fun. If you're into those kind of games, I think you'll stick with it. I don't know. I haven't been able to find a mobile game that I've stuck with.
I think Madden
in a
was
while.
the longest.
Madden's always the longest, but even that ran its course quick. I think what's happening to me in like real video games is happening to me in mobile games now, where I just can't finish anything or stick with anything for super long.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be perusing the Google Play Store soon, I'm sure.
I don't think there's anything good coming out for.
Probably not.
I downloaded Hearthstone.
There you go. I had Hearthstone on my phone for for a good while.
Mm-hmm.
But once I start getting smoked by kids, that's when I just get frustrated.
Well, isn't that a pay to win too?
PvP at all?
I thought you could buy booster packs to get better cards.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, I guess that's probably true.
Yeah.
I know you could buy like expansions for like the story mode. That would be the only thing I'd probably be interested in. But Hearthstone, how's that going?
It's a little bit slower on the phone than it is on the computer, obviously.
Oh, that's true.
But like the style at which you like pick your cards and all this kind of stuff, it's not as fluid as when you play it on the computer, which is kind of annoying. You have to like click your cards and then click one and then play it and then click back into your cards to click another one to play it, whereas like in the computer you just kind of hover over it.
But you can play it while you poop.
You could bring your laptop into your bathroom too.
Yeah, there you go.
I could do that. I typically don't poop for long enough, I feel like, for that to really matter. Like Hearthstone games are long. They're not just like
I bet you could make it work at work.
Probably could.
I think you should give it a shot.
I don't know. I played Hearthstone. I wasn't a real big fan of it. If I'm gonna play a card game, I'm probably gonna play Magic the Gathering. I'm not gonna lie.
Do they have mobile versions of that?
They do, but they haven't had an updated version one yet lately, and it's all right. You know, the old one's all right. Just they don't have too many outdated cards. But I did play the Magic the Gathering on the Xbox for a little bit.
Do you get separate sets of cards, or can you upload what you have and play with what you actually have? Like, because I know you have a bunch of Magic cards, so can you like click on which ones you have and like play your actual
like in real life cards? You talk about?
Yeah.
No. You can't. You buy digital copies, basically, of booster packs that you get.
Gotcha.
Interesting. But yeah. Well, I've been playing some other games. Is that all you've been playing, Zach?
Well, I had written down more for Assassin's Creed. I killed my first Phylac.
I tried fighting one of those.
We're too high level for me, probably.
He destroyed. One hit killed me.
So that's the thing. I had fought them before, but then I was finally at a level where I could fight the first one. And that was like a long battle.
Yeah.
Like, it was tough.
Well, all of a sudden I heard... That was a horn.
That's pretty accurate.
And all of a sudden, this guy charged at me. I'm like, oh, okay, let's fight. And then he just like bashes my shield out of my way and hits me, and I die. Desynchronized right then.
Yeah, so I think that's why it was exciting. It's like, well, the first time I ran into you, you like touched me with your pinky, and I fell over and died. So beating him, that was sweet. Also, if you continue to play, you're going to run into a snake, and if you do, we can talk about that later. But there's a physical snake part, there's a snake,
not like a mischievous evil guy who you call. Oh, watch out for that snake over there,
like a
or like Solid Snake, like from Metal Gear Solid.
No, that's just
it's
a snake.
Okay,
it's like a king cobra, like a real big one. It was in the trailers.
Yeah,
actually,
probably fight
like a mythical snake. What else? Oh, the last thing I had was that me and you got to have our last Stardew and It's Always Sunny session.
True. We did.
So last night we played some Stardew on our Switches in the living room and watched It's Always Sunny for 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, you won't be able to watch It's Always Sunny after the 9th on
December 9th. It's leaving
Netflix, yeah.
Terrible.
Sucks.
Just terrible.
It's not even going to put the 12th season on there either before it goes out.
Nope.
That sucks.
So go to your Cody boxes. Get it there. And then the very last thing, I promise this is it for my week. I went and saw Thor with Ben, actually. Thor was pretty good. It got super high ratings, so maybe that was why I was expecting a lot more out of it. But either way, it was still good. It was fun. It was a fun movie.
A lot of those movies are starting to get like a mixture of...
Seems more comical.
Comical.
Thank you.
Comical. They're definitely leaning a lot more towards that. We had a problem with Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That was worse.
Still have not seen it.
Literally the whole thing. The title of this should be Guardians of the Galaxy 2, a comedy, because the whole fucking movie is just comedy, fight, comedy. And
this
fight.
It was, I don't know. A lot of the funny stuff hit for me. Like, it was good. But a lot of it was just like forced fucking. Ugh.
I think the comedy hit best for that chipmunk laugh girl who was sitting next to us in the theater.
Dude, there's this girl like maybe 10 rows down from us on the right who had like a high-pitched squirrel / crazy witch.
I would. That was pretty gosh darn. I think
you were pretty close. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I'm not even gonna do it justice by trying to attempt to make the sound.
But that was pretty close.
I think it was actually me at the movie theaters. I just didn't tell you guys it was going.
With your boyfriend who also talked the whole time?
Oh, that was just a female.
With a really deep voice?
Yeah.
And you had the high squirrely pitch?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I was playing the character.
Laugh.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Thor was good. I definitely suggest it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's my week in a nutshell. Did you play anything, Lou, that we didn't cover?
No, I'm pretty sure that was pretty much all I played. But today, this has been a pretty big week for me. I pretty much just got my own apartment. I moved in mostly everything today. I will be getting internet tomorrow, so we'll be back online.
That's quick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm happy about that. I thought I was going to
I thought you were going to have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have to do
Xbox-less and
Stardew
internetless.
I thought I was going to have to mobile hotspot my phone just to play some games.
Just borrow.
That would have been a nightmare.
Just give yourself a mobile hotspot for 10 days from work and then return it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There you
go. But yeah, I got a new apartment, so that's cool. Internet's coming in tomorrow.
Furniture's coming in a couple months.
Who knows when the furniture's coming in? I might have to just do it Indian style for a while.
You can borrow my giant inflatable black vagina.
Nice. We'll just leave it at that. Stardew, COD, and Assassin's Creed. Yes, about it.
COD. Yeah, I didn't even write COD. But did you have anything out of the ordinary, Ben? You've just been playing a fuckload of COD.
I didn't play League of Legends once this week.
Are you serious?
I told you the season's going to end and I'm not going to have to care about it.
That is a WoW statement.
Wow.
Yeah.
And not
LOL.
But in accuracy, it says I played 97 hours of Call of Duty. It was actually 99 hours of Call of Duty. They lowballed me a little bit.
Bullshit.
No, I think it said like 20 hours in Call of Duty multiplayer.
Definitely more than me.
I played a bunch of Overwatch actually, just for a fun computer FPS.
You want to see what she was like, the new chick?
Not out yet.
She's not out yet?
No,
I
think she's on test servers at the moment because she wasn't in any of the games I was playing.
Really?
Yeah, so I think she's test serving right now. And another thing I noticed is that character Doomfist that they came out with. Mm-hmm. Remember, I played him for a little while, and I said one of the big things I said was his cooldowns are very long. Mm-hmm. Like you feel like you get in there and then you have to. There's nothing you can do. Mm-hmm. Well, his shotgun hits harder now, like his shotgun wrist. Yeah, and his cooldowns were shortened.
Okay,
so he definitely feels cleaner. He can definitely be played, and he does a lot of damage if you know how to do his combos.
Yeah,
right?
He's obnoxious if you can. Like I hate when people know how to use him. Mm-hmm. I hate seeing that guy on the field.
So that was actually a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I was still doing pretty well. There was one game I got super irritated with my teammates because I was playing Roadhog, who's a tank who can put out some DPS, but typically doesn't get your DPS like gold medals. Yeah. I was gold in everything except for healing, which I was silver in.
And you pretty much only heal yourself, too.
Yeah, your E is a heal. But yeah. So that was tilting. I haven't played any ranked yet, but I kind of want to get ranked and just see what I can do in that because I think I'm actually okay good at that game. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see. And then I did play some Hearthstone on my computer.
Hold on, before you move on, Moira, she's the new Overwatch character. Moira,
whatever,
whatever the hell her name is. So Blizzard put out something that says this is for the upcoming free weekend of Overwatch. This upcoming weekend, if you want to play Overwatch, it's free. So sweet. For this free weekend, we're making Overwatch full roster of 26 heroes and 16 maps available to play in blah, 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 blah. There's 25 heroes. Moira is the 26th, so people are assuming that since they put it out this way, she'll be in test servers or in the full game, I guess. She's probably in test servers right now.
Yeah, I think she's in test servers now, and then she'll be in the full game, sounds like, for your free weekend.
It also... This says that usually their updates and characters go out on Tuesday, so she might actually be there today, the day you're listening to this, if you're listening to it, Tuesday. So cool. Hearthstone on your computer, though. How's that? You already kind of talked about it.
Yeah, it's the same thing as phone. I just wanted to see...
The difference?
Yeah, because it was so... Like I said, it was just so weird playing on the phone, the way it was set up, so I wanted to play it on my computer to see how much better it was. And it was pretty good. I played like 5 or 6 games while waiting for Just Get Ready on Saturday, so... It was a lot of fun. Other than that, I really didn't play too much. I got super tilted in one game of Rocket League.
Now, when you say tilted, do you mean like you just started sliding to one side?
He fell right out of his chair.
He fell out of his chair. Okay.
Left, actually. I was just leaning a lot.
Okay.
No, friend of the show, Tyler, got me angry, so I left everything. It was actually
right under your skin.
It was Tuesday night because Call of Duty servers were down.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Call of Duty servers. That's something we can talk about.
Ugh.
And so we started playing Rocket League because nobody could play Call of Duty. And then I ended up going onto my PS4 and getting to level 32 that night.
So you got to
PS4.
32 on there. You've already prestiged in the Xbox
I'm
version.
Prestige 35 in the Xbox version.
35? Damn. Yep. I think I'm 35
flat out.
just on one console.
Yeah.
But I did get a chance to do the campaign. You guys got to dabble in that at all?
I dabbled. I did 4 of the 11 and a half missions.
Yeah, but you were playing on hard difficulty, weren't you?
I was playing on veteran.
Yeah.
Playing on
probably
hard.
took me twice as long to do each one.
So does that couple bullets to anywhere, you're pretty much dead, right?
Yes, and you barely even know where you're getting shot from. I think it generates more enemies as well because they would just seem to be like flooding out of places. But in the long run, I don't think playing on veteran is harder. I think it's just
you said that
more
patience.
time consuming, and it definitely takes way more out of you. I played 2 like the little episodes, and then was sitting here is like, I don't want to play the third one. I'm literally tired. Like I went out and watched a bunch of episodes on Netflix or something, like took a nap, and then went back and played the next 2. It was so tiring because you're crawling. Like the first scene, I don't want to. I mean,
no, you can definitely spoil it because it's fucking D-Day. It's the storming the beaches of Normandy, like every other World War II game.
So one of the fun things that happened, and this is not off track exactly, but Zach played some of the first campaigns and came to me at work, like I think it was like Thursday, and you said that you were feeling like anxious and heavy because of how in depth you fell into that game fight, into that like those gunfights and into that. And I definitely felt the same way, especially on veteran. You're like, I'm like in the water and I'm looking like past all the places that I can hide, and I'm crawling to those places. This guy would like, because the NPCs are like, yeah, run across this, so they run across it, and there's just like bullet fire, and you see them get like hit once, and they just like stagger over. If you if like you try to run across, you have 4 machine guns, they're just dead.
Yeah, the guys up in the pillboxes really like you more than everybody else.
I tested it out like 2 or 3 times. I tried to run across, and like I died literally every single time as soon as I got 2 steps in. So then I tried to like kneel and kind of walk over, and they hit me a couple of times. Yeah. So I'm literally just army crawling to each hiding spot. And then you're army crawled next to this guy, and he just gets his fucking face blown off.
Oh, yeah.
Who has the pipe bomb.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, says a prayer for him, and he hands you the pipe bomb. He says, here. And you're sitting here, and it's the most realistic thing because these guys are trained for however long, but he could not get one end of the pipe bomb into the other end.
Trying to screw the 2 pieces, and he was
clicking and tipping, and somebody had to like calm him down to make sure that he could get them both in and locked in.
And they're super good with their audio too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was using headphones. I had all my lights off. The volume was up pretty much as loud as I could make it in my headphones. So there's bass in there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's doing that whole pipe bomb animation, he's also like
breathing heavy, and then when it explodes, you get blown backwards. And even I was wearing Samsung headphones,
like earbuds,
just earbuds, and I could still feel it in my chest when that explosion was off. And you can just feel this guy feeling that explosion. You're like, get up, bastard, get up. You're not going to get shot here. God damn it. Stop shaking around and get up into that damn trench.
Yeah, I will say that like intensity wore off quickly for me. It was just rolling up in the armored transport, hitting the beach, and just getting fired down upon, like watching people get blown in half and shit. And just, I think a lot of it was that like I didn't have anything else going on in the room I was playing in. It was completely dark. It was just this new 4K TV with the Xbox One X making this look as real as I could possibly imagine it looking. And then just with that audio. Oh, speaking of that audio, I downloaded Dolby Atmos, which is an app that you can get on your Xbox, and it works for any headphones, like any over-ear headphones, I want to say. And it ups the audio quality somehow, some fucking way. I couldn't tell you how. they have videos on the actual app that you can test, and it'll have like one video of it. There's a baseball coming through a window, and then there's like glass and the baseball like whizzing by you, and you can feel it like behind you and above you, and like it's fucking crazy. I have to make you guys do it, but it's a free 30-day trial, and then it's like $14.99 if you want to actually keep it. I think when I was in game, maybe it wasn't a huge difference, but for some of the games that are actually built for Dolby and Atmos, I think it's probably pretty fucking crazy. And for $15 to pretty much upgrade any headphone, it's pretty legit. So you guys should try it out. I'm interested to see after the 30 days if I notice a big difference in the games I'm playing. Like, oh, hey, I kind of missed that, and then I'll actually pay for it. But
yeah, and that's another thing. Multiplayer. Even in like zombies, I almost said Zambies because that's what I call it all the time.
Zambies.
This is, I mean, it's boots on the ground again. So you do have sound whoring and Dolby Atmos and multiplayer being able to tell exactly where that player is coming from, not just, oh, he's behind me or oh, he's to the left of me, knowing that he's coming down that corridor to your, right, but the second corridor down because you can hear him that way or something. So
the sound's always really good in these games, I feel like.
Yeah. So just boosting them like that.
It was weird, though. For like the multiplayer, I thought like some of it was super exaggerated. Like I'd hear one of my teammates running on like a boardwalk or something. It was like 50 yards away, and it sounded like he was stomping right next to me.
Yeah. And another thing, just from a multiplayer standpoint, there's no boosted hearing. Some games you have like your steps are quieter, hear enemy steps more. I didn't see anything about that
in
any of the basic trainings or anything.
The basic trainings?
The Mountain Division makes your footsteps
silent.
They're not. It
quieter.
Says quieter. They're pretty much silent.
I was wondering if that was the thing, because I remember you could be able to like turn on dead silence, and then like people with headphones wouldn't be able to hear you. So that's because, like you said, you can definitely hear people exactly where people are. So you'll see like people who play Search and Destroy a lot. Well, just every class will be Mountain because they have silent footsteps, which is huge in Search and Destroy when you just one death. Yeah. So that's fun. I mean, the sound was great for me too. One of my favorite parts of that was the flak gun you got to shoot down when you're sitting in that. So thing? I have a question. Yeah. Was it really easy? Shooting the flak gun? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Shooting down the planes? It was super easy for me too.
I got stuck on it. I had to restart the mission. I got stuck because all of a sudden it did a checkpoint halfway through, and I had like a few planes left, but I didn't have enough health, and one kept like.
How are you losing health?
If they shoot
you, you lose
health.
So
I actually lost because I didn't shoot one down in time, and it kamikazed me.
Yeah, that happened to me a bunch of times.
I lost once because of that. I shot him too late, and him on the angle he was kamikazed me.
Yeah, sounds like you guys need to get good.
No, and then like I literally went, and that was the last plane I had to shoot down.
Oh,
so that one because kamikaze me, and then I just won.
That last time, the last attack, two come from this way, and you don't see the other one comes from straight on. Yep. And I never noticed that, and every time I was just shooting, and it kept on just blowing up and just crashing into me, and I didn't have enough life to like, survive anything, so I had to restart the whole entire mission.
That's the other thing. To do that is sometimes their auto saving is just a
bad
unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
So there was a point where I was like. So you're dragging that guy who got stabbed. So I got like over a hump, and it was like auto saving. And I have no health packs. I have no HP. And then the next thing that happens is 4 guys pop up on my right. I'm like, I die.
That's a fucked save.
And I'm like, what am I gonna do here? Luckily, did you guys? Okay, so I spawned back in, but I had a health pack now. It gave me a health pack.
That didn't happen, I don't think.
So I wonder if that's a veteran thing.
And you were playing on hardened, you said, Lou, and like I was just playing the regular mode. So I mean, honestly, the game wasn't that challenging at all. No. So because like that part where you're shooting down the planes, like I asked you if you were losing health because of the planes, because I don't think I lost any health during that.
Oh really?
I don't know if the planes were probably taking less damage to actually be shot down, but I don't know. I didn't have any issues with that, but which also meant I didn't really have any issues with a lot of stuff that you might have run into, like shitty auto saves.
Yeah, because
I was never super low. Speaking of low health, though, one thing they did add is the no auto regen.
I keep forgetting about that sometimes, and I will think I have auto regen, and I'm
just
like,
be sitting hiding, be like, all right.
Or I'm like, okay, my health should have regenerated by now, and I pop up and just die right then. And
yeah, I like that they did this a lot. They did it for, I mean, the different things you could do. You could request ammo. You could request The smoke grenades to call in mortars.
Yep. You also have the dude that spots the people for you.
Pearson, your like commander, he
show you where everybody
essentially
is.
just highlights people. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. It makes it feel more intense, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, especially for somebody like playing on veteran. It's like when your health is super low and you know that if you move one shot, you're dead.
And
having to call for a health pack.
The guy kept giving me, like, getting ammo. I was like, dude, I don't need ammo. I need that HP one to go way fucking faster than it is right now because I have no health packs.
Red,
but there were also
ammo?
a shit ton of them in, like, were you looking for them in the field of play?
There are a lot of health packs around.
I wasn't looking for them.
I was actively looking for them.
If I saw something shiny, I'd go grab it.
I mean, I actually didn't die that much. I think after I died a few times and learned that, shit, I get shot twice, I'm pretty much dead.
It makes you have to play it like
literally,
it's fucking real life.
Yeah, like, I was sitting here dreaming that there was, like, Rainbow Six Siege leaning. Like, I was just sitting here coming up to a corner, and I'd try to, like, lean around it.
Being able to peek around the corner and not have your whole body exposed.
Okay, so this is interesting. The gun I used the most was the Car 98 without a scope. Those kept popping up everywhere. I kept getting ammo for it, and it's a one-shot kill to the chest or head.
Oh, is that a sniper?
Yes.
You got it without?
I got it without.
A scope?
With a...
I don't think I played with that
iron
at all.
sights?
Iron sights. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. And the scope is great. It was just like one of those the single points with like the U in the back of it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's fun because when you get a headshot with it, it pops off the German helmets.
Yeah.
So you get a headshot and it just pops the helmet way up in the air.
Right, so speaking of sniping, when you would aim down sights and then hold your breath, how it like, did it slow down time?
It seems it slows down time and it darkens everything but what's inside.
It does when you have a scope.
Yeah.
You have to have the proper scope too, though.
Because you got that one mission where you got the scope, and that's the first time you can use Pearson's binoculars.
Okay.
Which is his ability.
Special,
yeah.
And then you get the scope, and you have to take out the 2 flak turret teams. Mm-hmm. So I literally didn't notice. Like, he was like, take out those flak turret teams. So I, like, pulled my grenade pin and threw it, and he was like, with the sniper rifle. I was like, oh,
Pearson,
crap.
why does it matter?
And then I look, it doesn't.
Oh,
so I knocked out the first flak team with a grenade and then shot the 2 operators with another one, and I was done
fine.
already.
Okay.
I just
as long as they died.
I shot that red barrel, the blew up the first one, and then shot the other 2.
I shot all the barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing I will say, though, is like I felt so fucking badass, like just zooming in and out. Whenever I had a sniper rifle, it'd be like, hold your breath, shoot, come back out, hold your breath, shoot, and it was just like I was fucking killing Nazis. Like every 3 seconds, I was just headshotting someone down in the fucking battlefield.
Yeah.
Oh, it felt so good, and like the ting of their helmets when they kill them.
So I practiced that in the firing range in multiplayer. So like when I first get online, I have like a string of targets I shoot with my sniper rifle to warm up my aim. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty fun to like know that was something that they put into the game with sniper rifles. But another thing, so one of the mechanics they have is if the Nazis surrender and put their hands up, you have to hold left trigger, and sometimes they try to shoot you, and sometimes they surrender.
Yeah.
You can't shoot them if they surrender.
Yeah.
You lose.
Yep. It says will not tolerate.
They would try to shoot you sometimes?
Yeah. If you don't hold your trigger on them.
Maybe not on baby mode.
They did it on Hardened too. If you don't hold your trigger on them long enough, or you don't look at them, they will go.
Yeah, so
and
you
just try to shoot you.
Yeah, so as long as you actually look at them.
So there's a left trigger thing, and it counts down. And at the end, they either pull their guns and try to kill you.
No, there's no way.
No,
if you're aimed at them, like making them surrender.
Yes. Once in a while, because you'll say, "Put your hands up, put your hands up," and so they'll like be sitting here like half putting their hands up. And when it gets to the end, they'll try to pull their guns and kill you, and you shoot them.
I didn't run into that, but
I was watching. I didn't have my sights on somebody. And because there was 2 people, I was aimed at the other person, and the guy was going for his gun, and then my teammate just blew his head off.
I say that kind of actually makes me wish I ran into that, because I ran into a lot of cooperative zombies, Nazis, interchangeable.
Yeah.
So that was one thing. Like those are the heroic events or whatever.
So I failed one of those because I shot the guy instead of like you had to go over and knife him or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, to like save a person save one of your buddies.
So I only got 1 of 2 on one of the things.
I'd get 1 maybe out of all of them for each map.
I got a few,
but
never
too many. Did you run into times where you had to go like drag the guy to cover?
Oh yeah,
as the heroic event,
and you're getting shot the whole time.
You're getting shot the whole time, or like I would be backing up, but you can't see what's behind you, and I'd be like stuck on. I'd be like clipping on something, and then the guy would just die and be like, "Oh no, we tried." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "No, I fucking."
Have you ever just tried shooting him to put him out of his misery? See what happens?
I wish I did that more.
So another thing, how easy was driving the Jeep for you guys?
You didn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
I feel like it didn't matter what you ran into. You could just plow through everything. It wasn't bad for me.
There was only a few big rocks that actually got in my way that like weren't able
I
to be
had
driven
to
through.
drive nearly perfectly to not lose.
Oh yeah,
That makes sense because you're getting shot at and shit.
yeah,
No, because the timer kept running out.
yeah. I ran out of the timer
So-
like once or twice.
So
but
if I hit a rock, then the timer kept getting closer to the red, and if the timer gets to the red, then you're too late to save C Company.
Okay, so maybe
So if I
that's
hit
another thing
anything,
of part of veteran.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I hit anything, I lost because if I had to stop my car, then they would get killed.
and then your buddy goes, "Oh, I knew I should have drove."
Yep, big old asshole.
So I guess playing on normal mode just makes it so you avoid a lot of these issues. So what do you think of Lewis? You got the second farthest. What did you think of the story?
I liked it. I mean,
Not too bad.
I started getting into the characters a little bit more. You know, they're pretty cool. Sorry,
Bless you.
I don't know. I mean, I still don't have the biggest connection with them, but you know, they're good. They're well written characters. I like the people you meet up with and everything.
The SOE.
Yeah, so
Crowley and Russo.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
That was probably my favorite part. Favorite mission.
Yeah, that was an awesome mission.
Was when you're playing. So you got far enough to where you had to impersonate a German soldier, or no?
Were you as her? You're talking about
As her, yeah.
You weren't. That wasn't a German soldier. It was an actress or something. You were impersonating. I thought.
You were bringing some dude his transport papers.
Yeah, and you were like some famous chick.
Huh.
Maybe one of us are wrong.
Didn't get to this part.
Yeah.
Probably me.
Yeah, because
Maybe I was just thinking of also. I was getting my stories mixed up with that
with
and
Wolfenstein.
No, not Wolfenstein. That and the Nazi skinny movie.
Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That
think
happened.
With Fraulein and the blonde chick who's I don't know.
The one
Either
who
way-
owns the movie theater.
Yeah, no, the other, the blonde chick who gets strangled by.
Yeah. So,
Anyways,
playing as Rousseau and having to you had your little passport and you had to memorize who sent you, why you were there,
and you
where
had to
you
figure
were
out
from.
who Frodrick was, which dude was Frodrick.
Yeah, you had to go in and find him in the Nazi hideout. That was really weird because I feel like you don't really.
I was very terrified on figuring because I didn't know which one he was, so I would always you could either you could say the code, and then they would get mad at you, or you could be like Frodrick, and then I don't know what would happen if you called him out.
So yeah, I ran. He was the first person I ran into.
Oh, really?
For whatever reason, but yeah, having to memorize that stuff, and then you finally get to the dude that you're supposed to be dropping off the papers with, he just fucking freaks out, and I was like,
because he
it's
calls you out
terrifying.
on it, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you just get in a little scuffle.
Yep.
But that whole thing, because there's a lot of stealth in that mission. The first part of it was stealth, and I think when you exited, I don't know, there wasn't a lot of stealth then because you were just blowing the doors off the compound.
No, there was stealth to get up to where he was, and then there was stealth after. There was a little stealth after that too, because once you go, you get the papers, you meet that main guy. And then after, did you meet the main guy first, and then you met Frodrick again?
I don't
switch the
know.
briefcase?
Oh,
You switched the briefcase with the dude afterwards, right? Because what happened is I went to meet Frodrick, and he told me it wasn't safe. I had to go,
So you had to go
to
to
the
the
third
meeting
floor
room.
or something,
Yeah.
and I went up there, and
Yeah.
there was a psychopath.
yep, that's how that worked.
And then when I went downstairs, I traded the briefcases. And then when I was walking back, I still had to be silent. And I actually did an achievement. I didn't alert any guards or anything for that whole time. We were supposed to be silent, and until I planted the bombs. Yeah, no, you're silent all the way when you're planting the bombs too. You're supposed to be at least.
Okay, I definitely wasn't.
Oh,
I went buck wild for that second one, getting to the other side of that courtyard to plant
place the bomb?
second bomb.
Oh,
I think I alerted the second guy I ran into, and then I just booked it down there, just shooting everything. That's the difference between normal mode and anything higher.
Did you also save Frodrick too, or no, or whatever?
Yeah, when I
Frodrick
saved whatever
And
our
he's like,
undercover guy was.
I'm here if you need my help.
And then, see, so that's the thing, is like, I did that, so when shit went crazy, when I was trying to blow that up, he was there with Crowley also shooting. So
Well,
he
the
was
first
helping
time, him and Crowley, I fucked up, and then I just killed myself because I didn't know where I was running to. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to just die. And then was really stealthy that second time.
But, yeah, overall, it was pretty good. I think...
I mean, I'm still going to play it, so try not to ruin too much.
No, I won't talk anymore. I will say the very last mission, which neither of you have gotten to,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even really count it as a mission.
Mhm.
You get to go to the concentration camps. That's not really a spoiler because it's World War II. And I don't know. It was anticlimactic. Not a lot happens in that last mission. I don't know. The story was kind of...
Hit X to cut chains. Hit Y to open door for...
Fucking pretty close to that. A few quick time events.
So keep your controller in your hand, is what you're saying.
Yeah, whenever there's any type of cutscenes, you should probably have your controller in your hand.
Sometimes it's so hard because it looks so beautiful, and you're like, oh, I just want to sit back and watch this gorgeousness happen.
But
just during cutscenes and
I-
in between.
Sometimes, yeah.
sounds right. So yeah, I don't know. The whole story was just kind of... It was another World War II story.
Mhm.
I think World War II stories have been done better in other forms of media. I'd rather watch Saving Private Ryan than have to watch...
Yeah, but
Go
wouldn't
through
you
this
much
story.
rather play Saving Private Ryan, though?
I mean, yeah, if you gave me...
No, I'm lazy.
You wouldn't want to play that whole mission?
No.
Like if they took Saving
So why
Private
don't you just
Ryan
stick to
and
watching movies
turned
instead of
it
playing
into a
video
game?
games?
Because I like playing the multiplayer.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Different breed of animal over here.
Yep.
Um,
99 hours. Baby.
and then the one thing I just wrote down that Josh Duhamel, he was Pearson.
yeah.
Mhm.
He's like the one main.
I was going to
actor
say
in
he
this.
looks super familiar.
He's like a super asshole the whole game,
Mm.
and then eventually you figure out why. Did you ever get to that? I guess I won't spoil that for you.
I don't
Yeah,
think I did.
They finally go into his like backstory.
Well, they hinted at it even in the early missions. He was supposed to, like, there was a mission that everyone knew was going to fail, and he went through with it anyways, and he lost like his entire group.
Yeah, so like he was going back to essentially try to save
Private
more of his
Ryan.
platoon. So then he ended up getting more people killed in the process of trying to go back and save people, which is what he wasn't ordered to do. And that's why through this whole game, he's so strict about staying on mission, doing exactly what they need to be doing. And that's where his counterpart, Turner, was your other like main commander dude, where he's super...
It was like angel and demon on your shoulder.
Exactly.
Kind of deal.
But like there's a reason Pearson was such a dick, and you do get to see that. So he was probably one of my favorite characters, actually. I don't know. He's the only one that felt like he had any type of backstory I cared about or wanted to
Find out about.
But
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed playing it. I definitely think, I mean, since I only got a few more missions left, I probably will beat it. You know, I had fun. The multiplayer is a blast. I enjoy that a lot more than the story mode, just because I'm playing with you guys and everything.
yeah, I agree.
Well,
I think the co-op, if you could do the story mission, would be co-op, because you do have your best friend, your supposed best friend there. Surprised they didn't try to implement that in there.
You never know. Might.
Could be down the line. What did you guys thoughts on the zombies though?
Yeah, we did get to dabble in a little bit of zombies. Not a ton.
It's back to the good zombies. I would say.
Yeah.
It felt classic.
With
the
a couple
stuff
of
you
good
need to
puzzles, like the killing in the circles.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't guide you guys through that as much.
Fine, I didn't expect you to know
Yeah,
everything.
because you
the
got to
second
play
time
a
you
little bit of
played.
it before we hopped in with you.
Yep.
And you played with a group that knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. I'd like to go back and try to get through the whole thing, I guess. Which is weird because when zombies first came out, it was never like a
puzzle.
there was never an ending.
No, it was
It was
just
like how many rounds can you survive? And now it seems like how few rounds can you get to the very end of it kind of deal.
Yeah,
I guess if you wanted to optimize how you're doing it, but you could also go.
I guess
and
you could
just see
also
how many rounds you want to go.
last.
Yeah, that's what. So that's something they added into, like, I see a lot in the ending game style of things. So once you beat it and you beat it in this many rounds or this many rounds, the next thing is, okay, beat it with only shotguns, or get to around 100 with only shotguns, or get to
Yeah,
around
exactly.
Yeah.
That's like what
So-
people do with the raids. Like once Destiny gets stale, they're like, "Oh, let's do it pistols only or melee only through the whole raid." Same kind of thing.
That would be so annoying.
That would actually be interesting. I've seen some weird ones, like Destiny 2 raid with that one assault rifle that has 100 shots. It's like really
sweet
good
business.
Yeah, really good for some parts and horrible for other parts.
You remember when you used to play Destiny?
Yep.
I talked about that a lot this weekend.
Those were the good old days.
Or when they were trying to do one of the raids with the No Land from Beyond.
No Land Beyond.
Yeah.
That sniper rifle.
Yep.
Good shit.
So another quick thing that happened is I actually met some old friends playing Call of Duty. Back, finally boots on the ground. Kids I played Black Ops 3 and 2 with invited me in, played. I forgot how much we used to play like hardcore domination and team deathmatch.
Mm-hmm.
For the style of multiplayer that I play, hardcore actually is better because I pre-aim all my corners and like I know the spots that everyone sits, and I'm pretty good at holding like routes and stuff for running. So I mean I'm dropping a 30 or 40 bomb almost every game in hardcore dom, and it's a ton of fun, especially when we had 6 players for a little while the other day with both some of my older friends and some of you guys. So I'm having a blast. I literally am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get to Master Prestige. Definitely.
Master Prestige? What's that like?
It's like Prestige 10, level 56 or something like that.
Jesus.
Doom Clan. I'll give them a little call out. Nobody knows who they are, but they reached Master Prestige first.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 4 days, 9 hours, something like that.
Jesus.
And I watched Optic Gaming get theirs. They had like a singular entity on their big TV in their living room.
Mm-hmm.
And all the guys living at the house were doing rotations, 2-hour rotations playing throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool to see too. But I don't know. I said I was going to love Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty.
That you are. Yeah, I like it. I'm enjoying it too. It's definitely it's nice to have a solid first person shooter that you're not trying to like jump around and fly with and everything like that. Even Destiny's shoot like multiplayer, you have a little bit of like, okay, I'm gonna double jump here. You know, it's nice to just be
boots on the ground,
be a human trying to kill another human.
It's good for us old guys.
Humans killing humans.
Yep.
What about you, Zach? Final thoughts?
2/3 of it are good.
What's the one?
2/3 of it are great. 1/3 of it's meh.
Zombies.
No, the campaign.
You really didn't like the campaign that much?
I don't. It was fine. It was a decent campaign.
When you have campaigns like the Modern Warfare one, which was like amazing.
Okay, see that's another thing. I'm comparing this to other COD campaigns, which have blown this one out of the water in my
Precisely.
opinion. Even Infinite Warfare is about space and fucking.
That was a good. I'm not gonna lie.
I love that.
That
campaign.
was a really good campaign.
Going from that being the last one to this one, like I cared more about losing my robot friend in Infinite Warfare than I cared about losing anyone. Losing anyone in this game.
Right, there you go.
If I lost anyone in this game, no spoilers here, boys.
You spoiled something.
Somebody did die in World War II.
At
least one person.
Are you sure?
One person.
So yeah, it's. I mean. Just the multiplayer and zombies in itself, I think, are worth.
I like the multiplayer
$60,
and the zombies a lot better than I like the Infinite.
I always thought it would be sweet if they rolled it out in 3 $20 installments, and you could just
choose which one
a la carte, pick which ones you want.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'd still buy all 3 of them anyways. But
yeah,
no, it's a good game. It's a good game, and it looks pretty, and it's good. It's good. It's good. That's what I think. I think it's a good game.
Good. All right. With that, let's get into our free shit.
Free shit.
Come on, Lewis. Come on, man. Nothing changed.
Well, tell us anyways, because they're going to change in 2 days.
Some of them are, yes. Trackmania Turbo, still free on your Xbox One. You said did you play any of this yet?
I tried to play... yeah, I did. I tried to play a match of it with friend of the show, Roshi Red, but that didn't work out.
No.
I don't know if we're retarded or what, but we couldn't get into a game together. And then when I did get into a game by myself, I was like, well, I'm kind of glad we didn't get into this game together because I wasn't having a lot of fun, but
no,
I don't know. I probably need to give it more than
like a racing game.
Yeah, it's a racing game with like weird tracks, like Hot Wheels style.
Oh, okay.
It's I probably need more than 3 minutes in the game to pass any type of real judgment in it. So there's that.
Touche. The Turing test you've got for 2 days. At the point you're listening to this, probably 1 day.
I've heard good things about that, so definitely download it if you can.
Yeah, good before it goes. November 15th, that's gone. And replacing that is Tales from the Borderlands.
Even better game. Perfect.
So there you go. Turing test tomorrow, Tuesday. Tales from the Borderlands, Wednesday. Boom. 360. You have 2 more days to pick up Nights into Dreams. And then replacing that is Deadfall Adventures. Both are playable on the Xbox One as well. Over to PS Plus. We cycled out those older PS games that was that weird rotation where stuff was good until like November 7th.
Yeah.
But we're past that. So you have Worms Battlegrounds until the 5th of December. Mm-hmm. Bound. And Until Dawn Rush of Blood, which is that VR game for the PS4. Good until January 2nd. Long one there. PS3 R-Type Dimensions and Ragdoll Kung Fu Fists of Plastic. And to top it all off, Dungeon Punks and Broken Sword 5 The Serpent's Curse for your PS Vita. And now a quick word about our sponsor.
This week's episode of Risky Radio is brought to you by 16-ounce Graming.
Graming!
If you want to play fun games with all your friends, you can do it with them because they're great. Those guys have a podcast that they do bi-weekly. They have a Discord that all 3 of us are finally active in, semi-active in. Waterloo has landed in the 16-ounce Discord.
I'm level 3.
He is level 3.
Hey,
there is a leveling system. Something fun happens at 30, so you can always shoot for that. But show notes contain the links to both their Discord and their podcast, so go check it out there.
Pop in and say hi.
Pop in and say hi to all of us.
Say hello. Now we're going to get into some listener questions we received this past week.
All right, let's do it.
So, first, friend of the show, Kaboski writes in, what are you planning on buying during the Black Friday sales, and what are you hoping goes on sale? I think most prepared for this is you, Zach. Because you always look at these. And
I'm always prepared for any questions.
Okay.
Any questions, send them to me.
Okay.
I will be prepared.
Super prepared.
For me, Black Friday will probably be a PlayStation 4 games I may have missed kind of deal.
Yeah.
Nier Automata and Persona 5 come to mind for me. They're 2 games that I want to play. I definitely want to play them before the end of the year for our Game of the Year talk, like our Game of the Year podcast. I'm definitely gonna want those games under my belt, at least some of them, because I've only heard great things about
Call of Duty World War II.
2 of them. Oh, yikes, this is gonna be a rough one. Also, I haven't looked yet, but I'm losing my whole Switch library pretty much.
Yeah.
With Lou moving out, since he was an early adopter on the Switch, so he had all the games. So I would just borrow his carts, which I could still do. But any good deals on Switch games, which so far I haven't seen a lot of stuff. I was hoping I would even see like Zelda, maybe like $40 would be sweet.
They seem to be pretty stingy on all things.
Yeah, Nintendo
Switch.
always is.
Yeah.
Because I was hoping maybe like
see something for the Switch and maybe pick one up.
Yeah.
And then my last thing, this is just kind of I can't afford it right now, and I probably wouldn't get it even if it was cheaper than it is now, but PSVR is something.
Yep. Want to go halvesies?
When I finally do get it, it'll be when it's on super sale, like Black Friday. Halvesies.
Because I kind of want it too.
Invest
I want
any more
it
money
just
in
for
games
this.
right now.
Like I want for the podcast. Like I want that option to be like, oh, this PS4 game VR is free. Let's play it because nobody else is gonna have that content out. Because I think that's really cool. And I think VR is going to be extremely big in the next 5 to 10 years, and getting a head start in it, I think, would be great.
I hope they continue doing shit with it.
I mean, AR and VR are going to be there.
But those are my main things. How about you, Lou?
Probably not much. I know I'll be working that day.
Well, what about Cyber Monday?
Yeah. Is there any stuff you think you missed that you might want to pick up? Like, even if you don't think you're actually going to get it.
I honestly, no, not really. I got to save money after what I've just been
That's
Fine.
not the question.
A TV, definitely.
Fair enough.
Picking up a 4K TV and maybe the LG V30. I would like to pick that up.
All right.
But if I actually do, probably won't be happening.
Times are tough.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some games on my radar that I wouldn't mind picking up, but there's just too many to list off. But yeah.
So you can't even name one.
I can't.
How about you, Ben? You got anything?
Unfortunately, at this point, I'm doing a lot of saving up for things.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This isn't the question, people.
It's a hypothetical question.
Say you had all the money in the world. What are you...
If I had all the money in the world.
You're probably not waiting for a Black Friday sale.
Yeah, right?
At that point.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm still pretty stingy about my money. But I would love to see 4K HDR monitors on sale.
Oh, fuck me. So would I. That sounds great.
At $1,000 still, they're definitely just a tip above my price range.
Yeah, I feel like there's not even a lot of options. Like we just need them out in general so the price can drop.
So the one thing we're noticing is that you either have a monitor with 4K on it and not HD, or you have a 40-inch TV with 4K and HDR, but you can't have like both. Nobody likes to make a fucking 24-inch monitor with 4K and HDR, and I wonder if that's something with HDR.
And that was like the one that I had sent you was an LG, and like there's really not a ton of options, and that was $1,000 monitor for 23 inches, 24 inches.
Right now it's
insane.
like LG and Samsung, and those are like the only people who
but
are
it's gotta
even
be
dabbling in it.
They have to know that there's players on these like with the X coming out and doing like being how powerful it is. They have to know that there's a large market for 4K HDR. Even for, like, what the fuck are all these people, all these PC gamers are so pumped about their giant rigs that have so much power, but then they can't even fucking run 4K and HDR. That's nuts to me.
All they're doing is talking about 4K on the PCs at this point. I don't even.
But
think
high dynamic
really
range makes more. I'd rather have 1080 with HDR than 4K without it. Is my thing, because I think seeing like darker darks and brighter whites makes a bigger difference than smoother textures all around, I guess.
I agree. But that's also, I mean, you're seeing people play a lot more competitive speed-based games on computers, more unlike, Assassin's Creed looks great, but you're not going to have somebody play Assassin's Creed on their computer.
I also think it's debatable because, I don't know, I think people also play a lot of single-player games on their PC. Like, it's not just strictly multiplayer. Yeah, but it's just the realm that you hang out in.
You don't need to run World of Warcraft 4K, 120 FPS.
No, yes, I completely agree that you don't need to run.
But like even like, okay, so something that I can see with that is like a Forza 7. You're gonna play, say you're super rich and you have like your 3 fucking sweet monitors in a fucking row, and you got your wheel and you got your pedals and all this shit. You got this giant rig
on Black Friday.
That you bought on Black Friday.
Definitely bought on Black Friday.
And so you're sitting here running in 4K. Does nobody know that HDR at that point is just going to make that look so much better? I don't care if you can fucking run it at 4K, 120 FPS, 144 FPS, what the fuck ever. I don't give a fuck. If you don't have HDR, it's still going to look the same as a 1080p. Because you don't have that range of colors that's going to make it look that much better. Yeah. So no, I agree with you. I don't know why this isn't a thing. I don't know if the technology is tough to wrap their head around. To
put it into like a monitor that small. They must know that there's
something with HDR.
That there's people that want it.
So, or maybe they're cornering the market and they realize that they're going to want this, so we can keep it at $1,000 because people will buy it.
I will say that 2018, I think you'll start to see
fingers crossed
all sorts of these.
Fingers
by next,
crossed.
Yeah, for sure. And by next Black Friday, you'll see your $300, $400 HDR 4K monitors. I hope.
Yeah, because it'll be something better out by then.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be 8K.
8K Real D Smell-O-Vision, Touch-O-Vision.
Smell-O-Vision. There you go.
Game.
All about that.
Jess's Mac is 5K res.
Yeah, so I mean, I
we'll
also read something the other day or saw somebody comment and say that your eyes can only like once you hit past 5 point something K worth of pixels that you can't tell the difference.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, like if you have bad vision or anything like that, it's not gonna matter what you're looking at. It's still gonna look blurry.
Takes off his glasses and he's like, well, how many P's is this? I can't tell.
Hey, look, it's an old school TV again, you know?
I mean, it's the same thing with all these kids raving about FPS, too. Your eyes can't recognize any
First
difference
person shooter?
over,
frames per second.
Okay.
anything over 60 to 70 frames per second, like going from 120 frames per second to 140 frames per second, you can't tell
Not
the
gonna be able
difference.
to tell the difference. Yeah.
It might make your screen but your eyes can't actually differentiate. So that's why like when I play League of Legends, I have it set at 80. So, but I'm gonna transition into our next question with an answer for both. I would say is so friend of show Noisy Cricket writes it and says,
Ricky the cricket. Sorry.
he says, "Hey guys, now that you've had one for a while, I'm curious about the Xbox One X. What are your thoughts as far as direct side-by-side comparison? Just how different does it just how much difference does it make? Also, we know that they have improved graphics and speed, but just is it worth it? And do you feel it?"
Did I read that? Because it sure sounded like it.
Oh, that was a little rough.
Yeah. But so I didn't end up getting it. At this point, it was a really, really badly want, but not a need. And I didn't need it. But also something if it wished it goes on sale on Black Friday, then I would 100% pick it up real quick. But I know it's not going to. It just came out. So
I think Microsoft already came out and was like, nope, you're not going to find this cheaper anywhere. So
that's one of my dreams, though.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, like I said, I really wanted it bad. But at this point, I'm not going to play it on my 4K TV. I'm going to play it on my 1080p monitor. Because that's where I would play it. So I didn't really need it. But you guys ended up getting it. So what are you guys' thoughts?
So I'm at like the
I was going to say, we have like the 3 tiers that wanted it but didn't need it. Didn't need it but really wanted it and got it. And could afford it and got it fine.
I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah.
So, and I'm also the only one with the 4K TV and the 4K machine at this point. So before this, the three of us sat down just because I wanted everybody to see exactly what it could do. We ran Gears 4. We ran it up on the 4K TV on the 1X. And then we also ran it down on my monitor, which we obviously got a little closer to it.
Yep.
Ran it on the 1S on my 1080 monitor. What'd you guys think of that? Like, that's your first real experience seeing them as close side by side as we could do it.
Running it on the 4K, the grass and the bushes and everything, they look crisp. You could tell that there were grass, like,
you could see like individual
leaves.
blades.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. You could see the blades and everything. When you were on the S, on the smaller TV, you couldn't. It kind of looked like it was just like a blob of grass.
Like it was blended together, kind of.
That was a kind of a difference I noticed. The other thing I noticed differently is when you were looking at your teammates, their faces still looked really good, but on the 4K, they had to shine better. Like you could almost feel like I could see there was like oil on the dude's face, basically.
Yeah, it's just a level of polish that is just that much more.
It's minute little things like that really just push it over the edge, you know.
Or like for me, I looked at there's some moss on the bridge.
Yeah,
and I looked at the moss. It's weird to say these kind of things, but that's the kind of stuff you're looking at when the graphical change is small. Like it's not huge.
No, it's not a big change.
To make it noticeable, you look at the small things in scenes, and like the moss. It looked like good moss on the bridge.
It looked like good moss.
And then switching back over to the 1S and the 1080, it was just kind of like you said. It was just kind of like smushed together.
My question is, what if we had run the X on the
on
regular
the 1080?
TV?
So I mean,
it would have been in the middle because it would have been upscale 4K.
It's supposed to, it's super samples, so it takes your 4K, squeezes it down to what it can put out. I don't understand a lot of that. I know that Microsoft tells me that if I use my 1X on my 1080 TV, it's going to look better. But, I mean, you are a prime example of that. So, what did you notice going from you had the original Xbox, the big box, going to your X and on the same 1080p monitor?
It looked like this is for Assassin's Creed because I had it on Origins and I played it on the regular and it don't get me wrong, it looked nice and everything, but when I put it on the X, I mean, it looked crisper. You could just tell that there was a slight difference, like I said before, but it just looked a lot better.
Have you gone back to your old system at all?
Only to watch Netflix.
I think that was a big thing for me originally. Seeing the 4K and the HDR. Initially, I think I may have been. It's not that I was underwhelmed, But I was like, all right, so yeah, it looks a little better. It's once you switch back to what you had been seeing that you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Seeing HDR on and then off is kind of jarring now. So it's, as far as being worth it, it's such a matter of what your circumstances are. Like, do you just have a bunch of money laying around?
I did.
Sure.
I probably shouldn't have gotten it getting a new apartment as well.
And having to pay on your own pretty much.
Luckily, I lucked out and my first month's rent was free. So
there you go. This was your first
my first month's rent was this Xbox X.
No couch, no television.
I don't need that.
I already sit on the floor.
Exactly. I mean, I will be getting a TV down the road, but was it worth it? In my book, yes, because now I'm going to have, I probably could have just got a splitter and it would have worked just as fine. Having the
what?
I'll have an Xbox in my bedroom and then one in my living room.
Okay, gotcha.
So I don't have to worry about that. I mean, do I regret the choice of buying it? No. Am I going to return it? Only if I make more money by returning it.
What do you, by like reselling it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if anyone does want to buy it for $620, give me a call. I might sell it to you.
I don't know if that's gonna work, dude.
Why not?
Because you can just go to the store and buy one. They're not hard to find.
Damn it! So they're not like the Switch.
There was a Scorpio version on Target's website. I think they had
really?
for you. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
when I went to Best Buy, they said they only had like a handful out on the table.
I mean, that makes sense, but I mean, they're going to get more, especially with the holidays coming up. You'll see more and more.
Well, you're going to get yours now, pre-used by Waterloo. Could be famous one day. For
signed.
Signed. I'll sign it too. I'll get not even a black Sharpie.
And I'll scream about it the whole time.
And I will scream about it the whole time that I'm signing it. Let me know.
Authentic sweat, blood, and semen.
I will leave out the semen unless you want it.
So yeah, I mean, I have no regrets with either. Like, it's going to be the future. I think in the next couple of years here, it's going to be, if you go to the store to buy a TV, it's going to be a 4K TV.
Oh yeah,
like no matter what. So I feel future proofed for now. My next thing is going to be the perfect monitor, because I think I still prefer playing on a monitor. The amount of times I've switched back and forth when I'm playing Call of Duty, like I need to go back to my monitor because I'm not competitive playing Call of Duty on the giant screen.
So much to look at.
But that's the thing, like I move back, so it's like, I don't know.
No, it's the input lag is why you're bad.
It's not. The input lag on this TV is like 20 milliseconds, which isn't. I think once you're above like 30 or 35, then it actually starts being noticeable.
Yeah. Okay. So that, yes, but then you also have so much more you have to cover on the television as far as your scope goes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want a monitor.
Well, how big was Dan Pod's TV?
70,
and
75.
he would play Call of Duty on that. And his chair was like,
he doesn't do a lot of competitive gaming anymore, though.
Oh, he doesn't?
Not really.
Well,
no.
But once you get used to it, too,
even when he did, his KD was like 2.
I mean, he was pretty good. He played it.
That's also just some skill as well. Like,
Wildlands.
He was pretty good.
True. I mean, but like
Wildlands used to do pretty
TV's
well on.
Huge on. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't mind playing like Assassin's Creed or like relaxing games on a bigger TV.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Like Assassin's Creed on its 4K, like I watched him play for a while the other day, and it just looks great and it's fun to play. There's just such a wide variety of things you can see, and it just looks so much crisper. I think at this point, if I had gotten it, like I wouldn't be mad that I had it.
No.
And I wouldn't like be regretting the fact that I spent that money. But
because not only graphics, it's like it's definitely a snappier system too.
Oh, yeah.
Which you probably noticed it the most going, because I went from the S to this, which isn't as big of a jump. But you were going from an Xbox One that's probably on its last legs, chugging through menus, to going to this thing that's clicking.
It's so much more snappier. I'm not gonna lie that my regular Xbox has been doing a little bit better since the new update on the screen, but it is a lot faster. It's so much more noticeable, and it's just like, okay, I'm there. It's up. It's nice.
So yeah, worth it in my eyes. Yes, it depends on your situation in life. You definitely can tell a difference, and it's super noticeable once you try to go back to 1080 and no HDR. So yeah,
awesome. Next up, Surf Biscuit writes in and asks, which video game character would you like to go out for a few drinks and a laugh, and why? Lewis.
Laura Croft.
Just so you can try to bang her?
Oh, yeah.
So you can roofie her drink?
Yeah. I would like...
She would bang you, Lewis.
I would be okay with
She
that.
would definitely bang you, Lewis.
Probably. I mean, that was the first one that came to mind just because she's super hot. And
everybody on my list, because I had a few people, all dudes. Because in my head, I wasn't like, I'm going to try to bang whoever I take out for drinks.
Mine's
I was
a
like,
robot.
I was like, what? That's
You're
that's
just a
good.
robot?
Wait, yeah, will you just go? I want to know.
Because it's the same. It's one of the same ones that you have.
Which is who?
Cade 6.
No.
Oh, I think fucking...
Cade 6?
I think that is a fucking perfect answer, though. I wish.
Drinks out with
God
Cade
damn it.
6?
Yes, you win best
I
answer.
played literally the least amount of games and I have the best answer.
No, yeah, for sure. Cade 6 would be.
Lewis from Destiny.
Oh my God! I was thinking Star Wars the whole time. I don't know why. I was when you
I
said
don't know
Cade.
why
I don't
either.
know. I was just thinking the dude behind you on the helmet.
Yeah, Cade 6 is behind him.
Yeah,
I think
well, the
that's
dude
Star
on
Wars.
the
K2SO.
K2SO.
Oh.
Those were coming to my mind.
Yeah, Cade.
And
Damn.
why?
Cade
I
6,
said
yeah.
because he is Cade 6.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. That's a good one. Rex and Garrus from Mass Effect were two.
Mm-hmm.
Rex for sure. Drunk would be
Hilarious.
fucking a riot.
Mm-hmm.
This next one is a little scarier, and probably I'd stand off on the side a little bit. But Trevor from Grand Theft Auto 5.
I don't know if I would want to go out and drinking with that guy.
That's probably a good call.
You
but-
know, it'd be fun to watch him do it.
Well, that's
but
what I mean. Where it's get drunk with him and just kind of
step
stay
back.
10 yards away from him the whole time.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not a very good answer.
That's a
But
good watch, but not
Trevor-
participate.
Yeah.
he's a scary dude.
Yeah.
And then I had Duke Nukem.
Duke.
A lot of strip clubs,
Oh yeah. Definitely.
yeah.
killing aliens.
City bars.
He's loud and
He's-
obnoxious. He sounds all right. And honorable mention, just because it's recent and he's in my head, but Fergus from Wolfenstein, if you kept him alive.
Yep.
The dude with one arm.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny.
Yeah,
And
when-
if he still has that fucking arm,
Yep.
hilarity will ensue.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. So you're trying to roofie Lara Croft. Ben had
yeah.
the best answer, and I had a bunch of middle of the road answers. Thanks for the question.
Yep.
Yeah,
I told Surf as soon as he sent that to me, I was like, "This is probably one of the best questions we've got. I like this a lot."
Although we do have the last question in here coming up in a couple questions.
That's not a good question, but keep going.
I liked it just because of the last part. But all right, next.
Yeah.
Shine writes in, what are your guys' thoughts on EA's stance locking Vader and Luke as heroes in their upcoming Battlefront game behind approximately 40 hours worth of gameplay? So, quick tidbit, they took back some microtransaction stuff, made it a lot less pay to win, but the way they fixed this is you can still pay, but you have to win by playing and then getting the
Yeah.
getting the stuff you paid for. So just a quick tidbit to back that up. Personally, I said I don't mind it at all. Stuff like
40
this.
hours for one character?
Well,
You got
the
like Luke
best.
Skywalker's right next to him, and that's 80 hours worth of games right there. If you want two,
I don't think that's how it is.
It is how it is.
That's how it is.
I had to ask because I was like this. Because when I first got told about this, I was like, I just picture it kind of being like Call of Duty. Say you want the bar, like you want
You
that
have to get to
gun, you
level
have to get to level
42.
50 or whatever. So you're gonna have to put in X amount of hours, and you're getting all those guns along the way. So I was like, if Darth Vader is the best character in the game, but I'm unlocking all the other characters as I go up to him, that's fine. But it's not like that. Luke Skywalker is the same amount of like currency in the game, also 40 hours worth of gameplay. It's so
you unlock. Since Luke and Vader are the best character, do you unlock the other people as you get up
No.
to them, or
So
you have to save your money to
Each
pick who
one
you want
is
to
a
buy?
different amount of currency.
You need 60,000 credits.
Okay.
And they already fixed this, and I'll explain that when we're done having this debate. But 250 credits per game ish, 10-minute games. Comes out to roughly 40 hours. Your Darth Vader, 60,000 credits. Your Luke, 60,000 credits. And then you still have Lando and Leia at 20,000 credits apiece. And then even minor characters. Each one of these, you have to dole out that many credits. So it's not like once you unlock the top guy, you're getting everything below it.
That sucks.
But the way that you can bypass all this is your loot crates, get your XP boosters, buy. I don't even know if you can buy credits, but there's enough shit that you can pay for. It makes it super pay to win, and like these are some of the best characters in the game. That's kind of fucked.
So they kind of found a way around the pay to win, in a way, just to get, because you were saying you buying those loot crates and everything to boost your XPs and everything, so you can get credits faster. Yada yada yada.
You still have to play the game.
Well, but
you can't directly buy Darth Vader.
Exactly.
No.
But buying the loot crates and everything that will make your boosts go up and everything will help you get this stuff faster.
So,
yeah, don't agree with it anymore.
This got...
That's not how I thought it worked. I thought it worked exactly how you explained it at first, is you get stuff.
Which is I thought too, and I saw people were going fucking nuts, dude. There's one of the devs, or maybe it's just a community manager, responded to someone on Reddit who was complaining about it. It got 436,000 downvotes on Reddit. 436,000. The previous most downvoted thing on Reddit was 24,000, and it was for somebody asking to get the most downvotes in like Reddit history. So this guy fucking went above and beyond. 436,000 downvotes because he came back and said, like, people are complaining about this, and he was pretty much like, well, we want you to feel a sense of accomplishment, like putting all that time in and then finally getting Vader. It's going to be this huge thing. And it's like, yeah, but you can still pay to fucking do that like a lot quicker. And so that got super downvoted. So what happened as of today, they knocked this back. Vader is now 15,000 credits instead of 60,000. 75% cheaper.
Wow. Was Luke same?
Same. Every single character they knocked. Like Leia, I think was like 20. She's 10 now.
Really?
They saw this. It's half a million people bitching on what is essentially the biggest forum on the internet.
And that's the thing is, that's 500,000 people who were actually on Reddit. I'm not on Reddit. I 100% would have still downloaded that if I knew it existed.
Oh yeah.
Lewis, I 100% know would have downloaded that if he was on Reddit at that point.
Oh yeah,
you would have downloaded it. So
absolutely.
That's like 500,000 people who are on Reddit and doing that stuff. There are so many more people who would have downloaded it if the opportunity
arose.
And
that was 436,000 when I looked. Like,
yeah, that could still be.
Although honestly, it's probably getting upvoted now because they went back and fixed this. So it's probably not. I mean, it's still definitely fucking way up there.
Yeah,
but
I mean that
it's crazy.
I have to change my answer now because I had something written out, but it's now every dilemma I have with a game is, okay, so do I unlock 7 characters and have the availability of 7 different heroes, or do I save up and unlock Darth Vader,
like one of the better characters and maybe one of your favorites?
One.
I don't know. It's all up. I think it's. Yeah, it sucks that you have to unlock. Well, I'm glad they brought the price down for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think it's kind of cool because I do understand where he's coming from. The essential accomplishment. Okay, I put this time in. I got this character. I got that character. You know, like it kind of makes me think of For Honor. With the expansions, unless you got the gold edition, you had to buy all those other characters.
But that's DLC. That's I don't know.
But
it kind of feels different.
So this is just going back on their original thing about taking microtransactions back and making it easier for. So now you're telling me that not only is it easier for people who are just going to straight up play the game, but now it's easier for me to pay and get the credits. So instead of having to spend $100 to get 40,000 credits to get Darth Vader, I now only have to spend $25 to get enough credits to get Darth Vader.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's how that works.
So unless they change something about the loot crates giving the amount of credits that you can get from them and
or like
changing
the
that to
XP
less.
boosters, I think that's mostly what it is. It's
XP
like
boosters.
XP boosters and like money boosters, I think.
So
I still
unless they
haven't
change
dove in
that,
there.
like this is just, it's nice that they took back like how long it takes you to get to these as a regular player, but you're also just making it easier for people who can
And
pay for it to get that
still essentially pay
One
to
thing
win.
I will have to say is that EA is trying to listen to their audience,
Well, that's
which is nice.
It makes you feel like you actually have a voice. Like
Exactly.
hitting that downvote button essentially
Yeah,
won this battle.
exactly.
which is great.
You know, they heard the cry of people saying pay to win to level up your character is just ridiculous to get all that stuff. They heard that. They took that out of it. But now that they still tried to implement pay to win in there in a different way, and, you know, we saw through their bullshit, you know. But it's cool that they're listening. I do applaud them on that aspect.
I agree with
but
that
they're
as
still
well.
trying to get their way of making more money, obviously.
Well, yeah, and that's the one note I think we can end on, is that a lot of game studios and development companies, if they don't have ways to monetize their games after the fact, like you spend your $60, if there's no DLC or microtransactions, they're missing out on money. Like, this money goes towards these developers that are making the shit for us. In the long run, microtransactions are, I think they're okay for the industry because they're making money so that they can keep making
server
shit.
upgrades,
Server, exactly.
bug fixes, all those kind of
They're
shit.
definitely important. I think there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. Pay to win, obviously, is never good. We've gone over this 1,000 times, so there's
No point of beating a dead horse.
exactly. The one thing, because I was like, why couldn't they just do cosmetic stuff here? But it's like, if you're making an authentic Star Wars game, you're not having the pink leopard skin stormtrooper
Vader.
out there.
Yeah, true.
Like, they didn't want to fuck with how real this felt for Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
So it was a tough spot for them because they couldn't do purely cosmetic shit. They were gonna have to do something else. But
Well, you could do cosmetic shit to your airplane,
or
kind
like
of
weapons,
you know.
maybe, or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you still didn't see too many weird skins on it, but I could see. I still felt like painting your airplane back in those days wasn't too far off.
Yeah, look
you
at
know?
Poe Dameron and
Exactly.
his black X-wing.
Exactly. So they could have maybe done a little bit of that cosmetics, but you can only do the airplane thing so much because more people, I think, want to fight than fly an airplane.
And just to say, I think doing that in multiplayer, if you have like skins and stuff, is fine because nobody's playing the multiplayer for I want to play like an actual Star Wars Stormtrooper. You're playing it for the FPS, the multiplayer feel. That's fine. But if I can see you not wanting to add in skins and stuff during the campaign, like keep the campaign Star Wars, people play that campaign because it's Star Wars. But no, I definitely agree. Keeping it Star Warsy is nice for people who
I
want
like
this
my
to be
Star Wars the way
Yeah.
it's supposed to be.
Let's see. Up next, what do you guys think about that people just find things to bitch about a game instead of trying it out first, or the people who bitch about the game and still play it? That was a friend of the show, Ross. So
Those are the worst kind of people.
Mhm.
I don't know how much there is to say about this. Don't hate on it until you try it. Right?
Yeah, I
So-
agree with that.
I wrote in, I do this once in a while. Sometimes if we have like a game
That's
we want
the
to play
thing.
during the week, is like I try to make up excuses to just play a little bit of it because I don't think I'm going to enjoy it.
But then
Or stuff
sometimes
like
you'll
that.
like
And
it.
sometimes I actually do enjoy
And that's
it.
one thing I'll say is that, like, I give you more shit than anyone about the amount of League of Legends you play. I've never fucking played League of Legends. I could potentially end up liking that game as much as you do. I won't give it a shot. First of all, because it's scary how addicted you are to that game, and I can't play everything I need and want to play and also play League of
very,
Legends.
very addictive personality.
Not enough fucking time in
Yeah.
the day for that.
Call of Duty just kind of took over at this point, and
I don't know. I definitely do agree that there are the worst people. Just
the worst.
But also I am guilty of one of the people that bitch about a game and still play it. I think we all are.
4 hours a piece of shit. Well, I paid like 5 hours For Honor this past weekend.
You know, I mean, we've even bitched about Destiny.
I would
and
say
everything.
Destiny 1, I put fucking 1,300 hours into it or whatever, and
Yeah.
I probably spent half my time bitching about things that
Exactly.
were wrong with the game. But,
You know.
you become passionate about things when you love them that much, I guess.
But yeah, definitely. If you're gonna just bitch about a game and not even play it, at least try to play it. You know,
Yeah.
or have a good reason why you don't want to play it, not just because the game looks stupid or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right, and last but not least, Toast, living up to it this time.
Yeah, it's just a classic good
Classic good
16,
toast.
16-ounce toast question.
16-ounce toast question. Are you guys ready? It's gonna be a little vulgar up in here.
Fuck me.
Little-
Yep.
All right.
It's kinda
If you
close
had to
this.
pick one trade-off, would you rather give up hand jobs in return for never having to finger blast again, or would you drop getting head for eating pussy? Have to pick one, Lewis. Just imagine you're someone who gets pussy for this.
I think the one reason I was like, yeah, this question's fine is because he added that at the end. Like,
Yep.
when he said that to me, I fucking pissed my pants.
Just had to add that in. Yeah.
There's not a lot to say for me. I'll give up hand jobs and finger blasting. Neither one of those are fun, so fuck it. That's pretty unanimous, right?
Yeah,
Nope.
That's weird.
you give up the other way around.
I would give up the other way around.
All right.
Interesting.
I'm not going to go into detail.
It's gross. I don't even want to. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. I want to move on.
That's the answer. All right. Well, that's going to do it for our listener questions.
I'm just imagining why. No, it's just bad.
What is going on? I don't like any of it. Thanks a lot, Toast.
I had a bad instance once, and
see,
all right,
we're good. I'm sure everyone listening would really love to fucking hear it as well, but sorry,
I'm
guys.
not.
Shoot Ben a DM on Twitter at OMG at Chopa.
If you really want to hear the story, it's not pretty.
All right, so
up next, we're gonna get into the news. First on the news docket, Ubisoft microtransactions?
Question mark?
Question mark.
An hour and 20 minutes. We're finally at the news.
Hey, long one.
Thanks for all the questions, guys.
Yeah, we
honestly
appreciate it.
Yeah, I'd rather do a giant listener question segment than news.
Oh, for sure.
Even though we don't have a tiny news section either.
No. This stuff, it's not too bad. All right, so let's get into some Ubisoft microtransactions. They released their financials for the first half fiscal year of 2018. Oh, excuse me. Their DLC and microtransactions made them more money than their actual digital sales.
That's crazy.
So I had to convert because I don't deal in euros very often. But out of their $400 million earnings for the first half of their fiscal year, $204,000 were for DLC, microtransactions, anything that wasn't a base game. That's $204 million opposed to $196 million. I mean, we were just talking about microtransactions. That's proof. It's the first time it's ever happened, and
that's crazy.
I think this is a trend that will continue.
Oh yeah, especially if other developers and everything see this. Yeah,
and when I first heard about this, I was like, holy shit, this is just microtransactions. Luckily it was some DLC, so like that Horizon Zero Dawn DLC that's coming out is like $30 or whatever, or the Uncharted DLC was $30, so that's a big chunk of it. But they're up 83% year over year for their microtransactions. It's nuts. This is why they'll continue, and everyone will continue to do microtransactions, is because as much as we complain about them, people are still buying them. We've talked about it before, me and Lou, not huge microtransaction guys, but then there's people like Ben who have put thousands of dollars into microtransactions, so they know that they have their whales, no pun intended.
Hi, I'm a whale.
They have their whales that will spend tons of money on this stuff, and so Ubisoft knows what's up. So
not as like to shoot this down or anything, because it's just like Ubisoft is a great company, everything, they make a lot of money, but League of Legends is free to play, but they make all of their money on microtransaction stuff. Last year, League of Legends made Riot Games, who owns League of Legends, made $624 million just on microtransactions
from their game, and it's a free game.
That's insane.
So yeah,
so it's just strictly microtransactions.
You're right. Your free to play models are a completely different beast.
I don't know if that includes, they have events where they sell tickets, and they have.
Yeah, I would say it's probably.
So that's not something that Ubisoft does. So
no, they don't have any free to play stuff. So that definitely will be. But
that trend, as a free game making $650 million in a year, shows you that. Has shown you before that microtransactions, even on a free game.
Michael transactions.
Goddamn, Michael.
And that's one thing, which just to backtrack a little bit onto the Star Wars thing, all the DLC for Star Wars is going to be free. So all your expansions, all your maps, all your new heroes, that's all going to be free. So they need to supplement it with microtransactions.
Well, they weren't free in the first one, were
they? They weren't free in the first one. But the second one, they announced it, but they also announced all of this microtransaction stuff. Yeah. So
there were no loot boxes or anything in the first one either, were there?
Not that I remember.
No, I don't think
you just kind of earned your star cards with credits. There was like bounties that you could do for credits, but I don't think you could pay for anything outside of that. I didn't put a lot of time into the first Battlefront.
Nah,
there wasn't a ton there, but so just microtransactions and DLC just outpacing their actual sales of video games. Kind of nuts.
Yeah, it is insane.
Next.
Yep, that's good for me.
Next. Zoned for a second.
I saw that. You just
So Telltale let go 90 staff this recently. 25% staff
you sound like fucking
layoff.
Lewis right now. What are you trying to read something that you rewrote?
I was trying to do it like thinking about it, not actually. I'm trying to practice, not actually reading all my notes, just trying to remember them.
All right, it sounds bad. Go back to reading.
Yeah.
90 employees being laid off at Telltale Games. That's 25% of the 360 they have. They came out with and said that they just want to make their company more competitive. They felt like stuff was kind of getting into a lull. They were making games that weren't as pretty, as nice as they wanted. They felt that they want their artists to compete and make their games better.
Maybe work on their engine so it's not a fucking pile of horse shit.
So they said they want fewer, better games, which isn't, and this isn't affecting any of the previously announced projects.
Which is good because
Minecraft Story Mode, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the last entry of Walking Dead. Also, they're moving their internal developer to more proven technologies.
Which hopefully means better game engines.
That's exactly what they meant.
Hopefully more fun games too.
I'll take, when it comes to video games, I'll take quality over quantity.
Agreed.
100% of the time. So
Agreed.
It sucks for the 90 people that got let go. I'm sure they'll land on their feet. The games industry's growing. It's not getting smaller.
Yep.
So I'm sure they'll find jobs. Mm-hmm. Telltale focusing on fewer projects, but actually optimizing them and making them good. Like, if you can give me Telltale games that come out playing like Life is Strange or any type of game, really, like Until Dawn, make your games like that good looking and play that well, I'll take it. Mm-hmm. I think it's shitty news, but it's also very good
for
news.
The best.
Yep.
For sure. Yes.
Yep. Definitely agree. Lewis.
Yes.
Did you get something new on Switch?
Yes, we did. We have Hulu, so we can now. Yes, we can now
the one
do
streaming service
more that I don't have.
Like nobody uses.
Yeah. So you can do more than just play video games now on your Switch. You can now watch Hulu if you have a Hulu account or would like to get one.
And we all wish it was Netflix.
Yeah, we do. But it's still
Crunchyroll.
It's a step in the right direction.
Exactly. It's really cool. It's nice. Finally, that you will be able to use your Switch portably and watch.
I can watch Hulu.
Hulu's
the dumb thing is we have our fucking phones.
Exactly.
With Netflix on them.
Exactly.
And Cody.
With Netflix or Hulu, whatever you
everything
want.
on
But
your
it's
phone.
nice because if this is your your gaming console, and you don't have a computer or anything, it's
100%.
just solid. It's cool. It's something the Switch needed
If
just
I
to
was-
have that nice little competitive edge.
If I was only like a Nintendo System owner,
Yeah, exactly.
this is huge news.
Exactly. It's small for if people have multiple consoles, and Switch is one of the multiple consoles. But it's news in general. We've been waiting for something like this. Now we just need like YouTube.
It's a foot in the door.
Exactly. Now we're looking for YouTube and Hulu, Netflix next.
And I bet you those are
On the works. Exactly.
probably the next two. So.
And who knows what's the possibility?
Yeah.
Switch is only
Crunchyroll.
the Switch is
Crunchyroll
only
too.
growing,
There you go.
and
For all your cartoon needs.
they're only
Say cartoon one more time.
cartoon.
I'm gonna kill you.
But yeah, it's cool. I'm happy about it. I mean, I'm not going to get it on it because I don't feel like paying $8 a month for Hulu when I pay $9 for Netflix. But
Which is better in my opinion, at least.
well,
It's not as current. It's
Yeah.
not like they're not as
Hulu does stuff that's going on now.
yes. that's what I was
Netflix
trying to
does
say.
older stuff and their own
and their
program.
original content,
Exactly. Which
blows
usually
a
is
lot
really
of
good.
shit out of the water.
Yeah,
Punisher comes out this week,
really.
the 17th.
Okay.
Early reviews are out, and everybody loves it. So
Yeah. Punisher was a badass. He was a pretty cool cat.
yeah, he was good in Daredevil season
Mhm.
1 or 2. Season 2 maybe, isn't it?
Never saw
I
it.
watched all of season 1. He wasn't in it.
Okay, so yeah, season 2 I watched that, and he was John Bernthal, I think is his name, maybe. He's a good Punisher. So
Isn't that Rick's friend from Walking Dead?
yeah,
like,
what's
episode
his fucking
season 1?
face? The dick, Daryl,
Yeah.
not Daryl. Daryl's a good one.
Denton.
Denton.
Daryl Denton.
People are screaming it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways,
So,
Shane. His name's Shane.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So next, EA made a purchase this week.
Yeah, EA did make a purchase. They bought Respawn, which they were a publisher for Respawn. Respawn makes the Titanfall games, first of all. The Titanfall games were in the EA Access Vault because EA is their publisher. So it kind of makes sense.
Yep.
What doesn't make sense to me is that 3 weeks ago, we talked about this, Visceral Studios got shut down by EA. Mm-hmm. They were making a Star Wars game. Mm-hmm. The other company at that time that were making a Star Wars game that wasn't Battlefront is Respawn.
Really?
So Respawn is also making a Star Wars game. So it's weird that they cannibalized Visceral and then bought Respawn.
No.
It's kind of weird.
I didn't even know Respawn was working on a Star Wars game.
Yeah. It was announced a couple of years ago at this point.
Is it the same as
the
other one?
No, nobody knows what. I don't think there's any info on what this Star Wars game is.
Maybe
we knew the other one was a third-person adventure game. I don't think there's any information out on this. Someone could check.
Maybe EA really liked what these people were doing and realized that let's just put all our eggs in one basket. Sorry,
it very well could be. The purchase was $455 million. A cool $455 million. For any point of reference, Microsoft bought Minecraft for $2 billion. So this is a quarter of the way there.
I wonder if they waited for Black Friday, if they would have got a better deal.
I dig it. So this all happened. This was reported by Jason Schreier of Kotaku, he's a hell of a games journalist. We'll leave it at that. But Nexon, who currently makes, that Titanfall mobile game that we played for a little bit?
Yes.
Nexon makes that game.
Okay.
They wanted to buy Respawn, so they put an offer for it, but EA has a rights refusal, so they can refuse that if they can make an offer that's at least as good as that. So it sounds like they matched Nexon's offer to buy Respawn themselves. But that all happened before Visceral was shut down.
Really?
So, yeah, Jason Schreier posted a timeline. It was Nexon makes offer for Respawn. EA has the right to refuse, so they did refuse it and could make the offer. Then EA shuts down Visceral, and now they're just making their announcement that they bought Respawn. So it's kind of weird. But, that's another big studio that hopefully goes to EA and doesn't get shut down. A lot of things go to die when EA owns them.
A little star going towards the big star.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Eternal afterlife.
Good
EA.
luck, everybody at Respawn. I hope your job's there in the next 3 weeks.
So looking at all it says is Respawn is collaborating with Lucasfilm and EA to develop a brand new action-adventure game set in the Star Wars universe.
Okay, yeah, I was sad.
While we don't have any additional details to share right now, we're thrilled to be able to contribute to a franchise that has shaped so many of our imaginations.
So
that's all they're giving us.
So we don't know what it is. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully if they did end up hiring some of the Visceral people to go into Respawn, maybe you'll see something there. I don't know.
I'm sure it'll be good.
It's going to be Star Wars, so hopefully it's good.
If you have EA getting rid of one style of a Star Wars game that they were making to go towards this other group making a style of Star Wars game, that style of Star Wars game is going to be better.
And that's the other thing. I'm pretty sure we just went over this last week, but I think they're also keeping that Star Wars game that got shut down. They're completely restructuring it, and I wonder if that's working into Respawn
probably
somehow.
Just ported over to Respawn. Maybe
they were working on it before they... before this happened.
Maybe it's something with the art style or an animation style, or just maybe the group at Respawn is structured better than they thought Visceral was structured. So instead of trying to structure Visceral as Respawn, they just got Respawn. You never know. Maybe every single person from Visceral Games is now going to be working under the people at Respawn, and they're going to make one giant, beautiful game.
Yeah, it's just weird because they've been working on it for a while, so it'd be weird to change it. I don't know. I hope we get a good Star Wars game sometime from EA.
At some point.
Battlefront looks good.
Yeah, it does.
True.
Hopefully,
plays good too.
Hopefully there's that.
Oh yeah, play Battlefront.
I mean, save it. We'll talk a lot more about it next week.
Well, yeah, I know. I just
first impressions. It looks good.
Oh yeah.
All right,
good.
I like
fun.
Wizards untie. I mean, unite. Wizards unite.
Did you do that on purpose?
I did.
Untie.
Okay.
Did you caught the sarcasm, right? The joke?
Yeah, I got it.
Sorry. Okay. Niantic, the makers of Pokemon Go, have teamed up with Warner Brothers to create Harry Potter Wizards Unite. I put one of their quotes in here. The game will use state-of-the-art AR mobile technology and allow players to go on adventures, learn and cast spells, discover mysterious artifacts, and encounter legendary beasts and iconic characters as they explore real-world neighborhoods and cities across the globe.
So as soon as you said that, I was picturing me holding up my phone at like the sidewalk and having like Hagrid be on my phone, but standing on the sidewalk, like talking to me and shit.
Like it's like a Pokemon you have to catch or something, kind of like that same style.
It's something. Or you're gonna have to like cast spells.
I was just
with
thinking
your
you doing this like in Guardian Leviosa, you know. You have to move your phone.
That might be something. They might put something that allows them to use the
accelerometer.
Yeah, in your phone to realize like where it's going compared to your hand.
That's true. Or you're just scribbling certain shapes on your phone.
We'll have to see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't
Pokemon Go was huge for a while, and then it died.
I'll say Pokemon Go is like the most active I've been in the last 10 years. So, so hopefully there's
no eggs to get. I don't know if they're gonna be able to add in like walking, like because Pokemon Go was very adamant adding like working out. You have to walk.
I bet you like work towards mastering a spell by walking to somewhere or doing something. Or you're just going to be able to get in your car and drive to all these places and cheat it somehow.
That's how it's going to
I hope it makes me walk. I'd like to go walk.
In the middle of the winter?
You can just walk.
No, I can't just go walk if I'm not trying to catch a Pokemon or something. Well, what's the point?
Just put imaginary Pokemon
What's the point?
So I guess we'll have to see in a little bit. It looks, I mean, if it's the same as Pokemon Go and it has the same AR capability, like they have a lot of options here.
I think it'll be fun. I think people will be super
into
it for
I know a lot of people who will love this.
That's 100% true.
A lot of people that will love this. Let's see. And the last on our docket, Final Fantasy 15, Lou?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15, Comrades. You thought I was going to say Commander.
You had to say it in Russian.
Yeah, I did. Or else I was going to fuck up. I know that. Final Fantasy Comrades is hitting now, right?
4 days.
4 days. Oh, 4 days.
The 17th.
Sorry. 17th, yeah. A little off on my days. But it is a multiplayer. You get to team up with your buddies, and you get to go on epic quests and battles in Final Fantasy to basically just rule the world, you know? You get some of the powers that your buddy had. I can't remember his name. It started
Noctis.
with Noctis, yeah.
All those dudes.
You get some of their powers so you can be a badass and use your sword or whatever weapons you want. You get to walk around the free world of Final Fantasy.
It's just cool because it's like the first, at least that I'm aware of, it's the first multiplayer. Besides, like Final Fantasy 14 was strictly online, but it's your first like mainline Final Fantasy game that's gonna have any type of multiplayer.
You create your own character too.
Think about all the hair options in Final Fantasy 15.
That is Final Fantasy.
Hair Simulator 2015 or 15.
I think the only other game that has better hair than Final Fantasy would be Dragon Ball Z.
It's the same fucking hair, just more cartoony.
Much. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. It'll be out. Who wants to team up and kill some people, and maybe there won't be as much chocobo riding. I'm hoping.
I'm hoping it's just chocobo racing.
Oh, there it is.
That's all it is.
But I doubt that. It'll be something I'll probably play with. I don't know. I think I'm the only one with Final Fantasy, so
we have a hard copy of it. I think so.
Yep. So one of us is the only one with a hard copy.
And this won't make me go back to it, I don't think.
Well, if no one's going back to it, I probably won't play it either.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. I mean, it's a nice little feature. It's showing that Final Fantasy, the game's not done with. They're still pushing out things.
Yeah, it's good. I know they have more DLC coming down the road too.
There are DLCs coming out for it as well,
like past this. So they're definitely. God, I don't know.
They're keeping it going.
Keeping it alive.
They're not letting this die, and they're not creating a new Final Fantasy, which is kind of cool for a while. I think 15 Final Fantasies, because how many Final Fantasy?
Right, I thought after the first Final Fantasy it was going to be final.
Yeah, because that's what final meant.
15 games later,
but still, I'm still waiting for the remake of 7. But
PS4 coming in 2029.
20 never. But yeah, that's about it for that.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our news. let's end tonight off by going around the table. Where can we find you, and what will you be playing? I'll start. Okay, cool. I'll play a lot of Call of Duty and Battlefield because it's coming out.
Battlefront, probably.
Battlefront. I won't play Battlefield. I always do that. I did well for a little while.
You did.
I should have gotten into Battlefield a little bit earlier because we get to play Battlefront.
10 hours free.
10-hour free trial.
I think I got
plus
like 9 hours.
we have
left.
EA access, so we could have played all the multiplayer we want as well. So definitely be getting into that. Yeah, Call of Duty, maybe some more Overwatch, Hearthstone, those games. OMG at Chopa everywhere. Like they said, if you want to hear any stories or talk to me,
if you want to hear about his weird oral sex stories, just send him a DM.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about them in detail.
And that's not a dungeon master; it's a direct message.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lewis. Speaking of you, Lewis, what are you gonna be playing?
I will be playing a loud noise so you hear me. I will be playing Call of Duty, Battlefront, Stardew Valley.
You're gonna have so much time at your apartment now.
I know it's gonna be.
You're not gonna have me there to distract you and take away from your gaming.
I don't
think that ever happens.
No, I'm just excited to be able to play my video games naked.
Naked. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Naked video games are the best video games, from what I've been told.
I'm definitely. I'll see what I want to play, but I can't really do much until tomorrow afternoon.
You can play Stardew until you have internet.
That's pretty much when I get home. That's what I'm doing.
And where can we find you?
You can find me at Waterloo on Xbox and Mixer. You can find me at Waterlewis on the PlayStation Network, and you can find me if you really want on Twitter at
He doesn't even know what it is.
Underscore.
Don't bother.
Underscore.
Yeah, underhash it.
Underscore Waterloo.
Nope. Don't go there.
I couldn't remember what my Twitter name was, so I created a new one, but then I remembered that last one. Underscore Waterloo. So if you want to tweet me, please do, because I have random people that I don't even know who are tweeting me, and I don't even know why they're on my tweet board. I don't even know what a tweet board is. I'm really
Stop.
Okay, yeah, we're done.
Mute your mic. Bye. I'm Risky the Kid. You can find me at Risky the Kid everywhere. Yep. Battlefront 2. I'm gonna beat Last of Us. You heard it here first. You're muted. You can't even laugh at me.
He's not gonna beat it.
Yeah, Call of Duty. That's about it. I don't know.
Sorry about the loss there, guys.
Not a loss for anybody but you. That's going to do it for us here tonight. On behalf of everyone here at Risky Radio, I'd like to thank you for joining us. We had a great time. A little bit long, but we hope you had a good time too. We'll be back next week for a brand new episode. So until then, we'll catch you later.